recording. Hi everyone. I just want to welcome you. We were having some tech issues and now we are recording, and it's our monthly online card club. So I think we're caught up. My name is 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚𝙚𝙀. I'm a demonstrator in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I've been a demonstrator for 17 and a half years, which is kind of crazy, but I love it. Yay! Sounds good, looks good. Thank you, Priscilla. I appreciate it. Okay, so you can tell by the hat, we're feeling festive tonight. Are you feeling festive? Do you have something warm and cozy in a mug that you're sipping on? Do you have cozy pajama pants, reindeer antlers, or a Santa's hat on? I encourage you to do it up. Let's make this our Christmas party because we can craft together. And if you are not a member of the monthly online card club or even dropping in, please reach out to me because I have these prepped packages that I can send anywhere in Canada. And I would love to have you craft along with me. Now we are in the middle of a postal strike, but in theory, I will be able to send these to you sometime. So just reach out to me. If you place a minimum $35 order, you get them for free, which is pretty incredible. If you would prefer to just pay the class fee, you can definitely do that. It's $20 if you wanted to get one. If you wanted to purchase some of my past kits, this is available to anyone and everyone in Canada. If you wanted to purchase past kits and you wanted to order more than six or more, they changed to $15 per pack, which is crazy considering it's, 3 to basically 5 or 6 projects each time. So I am so excited about the cards that we're going to be making tonight. So I also have to show you some new special promotions that we have going on, and you'll have to kind of bear with me as I work through these new slides because I'm working with a completely different program. Again, my other program, I guess, doesn't want me as a customer anymore. Do you know how that works sometimes? They're just like, no, we just wipe you off, wipe all your settings off and everything. But here we go. Okay, so free shipping. If you're watching this in the future, I'm sorry because this is going to be ending on the 11th. That's tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow night at midnight. So we're halfway through the promotion. It's 3 days only, so December 9th to 11th, 2024. And if you are seeing this live, that means that you can also take advantage of this special promotion. So it's with a minimum $100 purchase in Canada, and that's to have it shipped to you for free. And you don't have to worry about the Canada Post strike because they use UPS, and so it's going to get to you. It might take a little bit longer, but it will still get to you, okay? But if you have an order that is under $100 and you would like to add that to a group order that I'm placing, you can pick that up from my house in South Edmonton and still get the free shipping because my order that I'm submitting is going to be over $100 in total. Does that make sense? So if it's shipping directly to you, it needs to be at least $100 merchandise before tax, and that will then give you the free shipping. Oh, you know what I didn't put on here is my slide of the free products that I've got going on this month. I wonder if I can change that on the fly. This is crazy, you guys. Nothing like, going as we go here. So there we go. Let's see if I can add it. So with a minimum, oh, I don't even have the picture saved. Yeah, it's just not meant to be. Sorry, guys. I will tell you all about it and I'll show you the products as well. So with a minimum $100 order, you will actually get 2 special gifts from me. One is the 12 by 12 felted paper. Let's see what the actual name is. Snowy white velvet sheet. So we're going to be using this on one of the projects. And then the other thing are these amazing snowflakes, and I don't have a full pack of them right now, but again, we're going to be using them on a project. So you'll get 24 snowflakes and a pack of 2 velvet 12 by 12 sheets with a minimum $100 order, and you're going to get free shipping. So like kind of a win-win-win, right? Okay, what would you order for, $100? Well, I'm so glad that you asked because we have a last chance promotion on right now. So Stampin' Up! Has changed around the format of their retiring lists and also the clearance rack. So the clearance rack is now being amalgamated into the Last Chance Products promotional page. And there's a link to that in the comments in the video description of this, and then you can go straight there and check out all the great deals. So what this means now is that anything on this Last Chance Products is only while supplies last. It's not going to be restocked. So I think, you know, we've been living in a little bit of a like state of urgency in the past few months, because when they release online exclusives, we don't know if they're ordering one batch or if they're going to keep this going for a while. And so everything on that online exclusives has been high urgency. So now we can differentiate between the items that are actually sticking around for a little bit and the items that are leaving us right away, so that we can make more educated decisions. And then also there's some great deals on this section of the website too. So when you look in there, you're going to be able to sort on your desktop browser. Is easier to sort. It gives you more options than on the mobile store. So if you're looking on your phone or on a tablet, you're not going to get the full experience. It will still work for you. You just can't sort it in different ways. So on the desktop computer, you can sort it by discount percentage. And that to me is really helpful, because I, of course, like to make the most out of every dollar that I spend. So when you go there, you can see things. I think one of my customers, her name starts with a D, so that she knows who I'm talking about here. She gets the award. I think she chose out 10 items and her subtotal was $36. That's like an average of $3.60 an item. And then she paid shipping and GST on that. But you could also get that as free shipping if you wanted to take advantage of the promo and pick it up from my house. So take a look on there. There's some really, really great deals. So yes, there's no more clearance rack. Don't freak out about that, because the clearance rack is actually included in the Last Chance Products. The Last Chance Products page may include some items that are discounted and some items that are at regular price, but we will know that everything on that page is only while supplies last. And if it has the red writing on there saying limited quantities available or something like that, then we know it's almost sold out. So that'll be able to help us understand this a lot better. And now when things retire from the Last Chance Products page, they're considered retired and I can sell them too. So even if you see something on there that you like and maybe you miss out, please reach out to me, because I might have some in my stash that are going to be sold in my retired sale. Okay, so just let me know if there's anything that you want. You guys know that anyways, right? You know to reach out if you need adhesives. You know, if you're in a bind for cardstock, I can definitely lend you some as a friend and then order a replacement one for you. Okay, so that's that in a nutshell, which is like a pretty big nutshell. But another product, or another new product that we can talk about here, are the new online exclusive papers that are being redone. This is a special release. So Design a Series papers that have come out before in a pattern, they're actually revising the colors and re-releasing them. So some of them have been in black and white before, and now they're going to be in awesome colors. Some of them were in like deep, moody purple colors, and now they're going to be in bright, vibrant greens and pinks. So definitely check these out. This online exclusives is so much fun. That's where I really find a lot of the new products that appeal, I think, to even some more like the experienced stampers, the ones that, you know, can look at a product and know exactly what they're getting and what they can make with it just by seeing a picture. Whereas some of the, I think, more simplistic items are heading into the catalogs, so that there's a little bit more real estate to explain how these items work, especially to new crafters who are just starting off. So just so that you know kind of what you're looking at, you definitely want to take a look in those online exclusives. You don't want to miss out on those, okay? So what else do we have going on? Well, I have a very busy week. So I had club last night, club tonight. Tomorrow is a big prep day. And Thursday, I'm actually stamping at the Westin Hotel in downtown Edmonton. and I'm going to be crafting with 125 people, and it's all their clients, and we're going to make a really special experience for them. So I'm so looking forward to that. On Friday, though, I have another event of cafe crafting. So this is a picture of the cafe. We craft right up next to the windows, and it is so gorgeous with the natural light coming in. On Friday from 10 until noon, we're going to be crafting here, and we're going to be doing some Christmas kits and tags. And then also on Sunday, and I think on Sunday it's from noon until 2. Sorry, what did I say for the first one? Okay, I think I said it wrong. So Friday is 10 until noon. I think I said till 2, but it's till noon, so 2 hours. And then on Sunday, we're going to be crafting from noon until 2. So 2 hours each time. You can come and you can make as many projects as you want. And the items that we are going to have there are a whole bunch of kits. Okay, so I'm going to have some card kits. So these ones here, basically the buy-in is going to be about $25 to start off with, and then you can add extra kits for less than that. So this kit here is Home for the Holidays. The price of the class doesn't include the stamps or the ink. You're going to be using that, borrowing that from me to create your cards. And we're going to be crafting these 8 cards. They're really, really cute. And it actually includes like a whole bottle of glimmer glue as well. So this is a really cute kit. Comes together nice and quickly and easily. Another kit that I'm going to have there available for you is this Nests of Christmas. This one actually makes 25 cards. For $25 it makes 10 cards. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. And it includes the envelopes as well, and it has these great foil trifold cards. So this is the card not made. I have this card made somewhere, but I think it's actually in the other room. But these ones here have this awesome gold foil on there. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. But this card, again, $25, and that gets you just the card kit, no stamps and ink. And then every additional kit that you purchase on top of that is less expensive. You can choose to make some tags. This one here is probably the best value. This is from the North Pole Paper Pumpkin, and this one will include the stamps and ink. So you get a full stamp set here with all these cute images that you can stamp on the tags, and then you can make total 15 tags. That's true, yes. 5 of each of the 3 designs. And these ones are really nice and big. They feature the mint glimmer paper. And so those are adorable. And that one has a value of about $35. So that's a really good deal to come and craft that. Then the last kit that I have here is another tag kit. It makes 15 as well. This one has 5 designs and you make 3 of each of them. You know what? Sorry, I got the last one wrong. You make 4 of each of them. So it's a total of 12 cards, or 12 tags with the From the North Paper Pumpkin kit. The Festive Tags kit is the one that makes 15. These ones are really cute. They have gold foil on them. They come together really quickly with no stamping. This is a great one to add on to making any of the card options. And they're maybe a little bit smaller than the other ones, but I think they're just as cute. And I love those awesome gold foil touches. They really make it beautiful. So if you want to come to either of those events, I would love, love, love to have you. And I have some crafters coming on the Friday, actually, who reached out to me and just said, you know what, my friends and I, we are retired now. We don't get to go to a Christmas party. We want to get together and have a fun event. Can we do some crafting with you? And absolutely, I would really, really love to have a private class with you and your friends, or like what they're doing is opening it up to everyone, and we're going to do it at the Brew and Bloom. There's no minimum price for you to spend there on food and drinks. So you can choose to get, you know, a Diet Coke, or you can choose to get these gorgeous fancy cocktails and creme brulee coffees and banana breads with flowers all over top of them. They specialize in edible flowers and also edible gold too. It's really fun, really fancy. So are you guys ready to get crafting here? I think I have you already looking at my hands. I'm a little bit zoomed in here with my new system. I haven't figured out how to change that, so I'm really, really hoping that I'm going to stay within the boundaries. I have about a third of what I normally have. Oh, and I've lost a light here too. Let's see if I can figure out the right one. There we go. Now you can see a little bit better. So the first project that we're going to make is actually a gift that I'm giving to all of my card club members. So card club runs for 6 months at a time. So this is kind of winding up on this round, and we're going to start another round here in January. But I wanted to have them use this Take a Bow. It's spelled like bow, but it's Take a Bow die to actually craft one of these awesome bows made of designer series paper. So let me show you what I've done here. And if you don't have these supplies, just make sure you're reaching out to me, and I can send them anywhere in Canada as long as the post gets going here. And if you would like to be a card club member, you get awesome perks like this and more, which I will tell you in a minute. I have cut here out of 2 sheets of matching designer series paper. It takes a 6-inch by 6-inch piece of paper. So this is a different pattern, but you can kind of see here. All I did was trim a 1 inch, you could even go 3/4 of an inch piece of adhesive strip. These are like double-sided adhesive tape, but in a sheet form. They come 6 inches by 12 inches, and you just cut them down to size. This, I find, is the easiest way to put together this bow. You can do it with a whole bunch of different types of adhesive, but I think that this is the easiest way to do it. Yes, Michelle, have you been using yours? I know that was one of the first things that you had on your wish list from this new catalog. So when you have this Take a Bow die and you've got your adhesive strip on there, what you're going to do is run it through the Big Boss, our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so that it cuts out all of these strips with a little bit of adhesive on the end. And then once we do that, we can start putting it together. Now, the one thing that I will tell you is you cut out 2 of these to make this size of bow. You can make smaller bows, you can make larger bows if you want, but 2 6-inch by 6-inch pieces of paper will give you a bow this size. It's also going to give you 1 extra piece. So you actually only need 1 of these, of the shortest ones, and that's this little rolled piece that goes in the middle. So I'm just going to put this one here because it doesn't have the adhesive on there properly anyways, to the side, and I'm just going to use this one, okay? So like I said, 1 of those is going to be extra. You can use it on a project if you want. Now we're just going to start taking off the adhesive and figure out which one you want on the outside and which one you want on the inside. Maybe don't overthink it too much. Maybe it's not even possible. Is it possible? That's green on the inside. That's green on the inside. Okay, well, it looks like the inside is the one that has the adhesive on it. So I've made that lovely decision for you. You're going to just do this to all this. Oh yeah, the adhesive just is a game changer. So what I'm doing is, you can see that there's notches here. I'm actually lining up the notches so that this angled piece is the same for both of those. So it's not, it's hard to explain. It's not perfectly matching up with the end piece to end piece. One end piece is going to go to that side angled piece. So I was really excited by this product when it came out because I have a confession. I love designer series paper, and I also like to hoard designer series paper a little bit. Okay, is there anyone else? I know there are those of you who just love it. So, okay, write in the comments. This is our safe space. This is our confession time. Are you a hoarder of designer series paper? Yes, I think that you probably are, because it's so gorgeous, right? And you get inspired to create with it, but then you also feel like you don't want to use it up. And it comes in a pack with 12 sheets, and so, you know, sometimes you have some patterns that don't appeal to you as much as other ones, and so those ones might stick around for a little while after you've used even the other ones. Yeah. Okay, Priscilla's raising her hand. Hoarders Anonymous. Yeah. Okay. And Michelle, yes, she's a hoarder as well. This is a safe space, and we can admit this. And I think that this die is a great way to justify any designer series paper purchase, right? Because you can use these bows for any time of year. And if you were wrapping a gift, I'm sure you could find some designer series paper that would coordinate perfectly with it. Can you guys see that there's actually two different sizes going on? That's the different lengths. You should have 6 of the bigger one and 4 of the smaller one, okay? That coincides because 3 get cut each time that you run this die through. Okay, so I'm just going to put the smaller ones to the side. I'm going to start with the bigger ones. And my next adhesive of choice is actually to use the tear and tape. So there are a couple of us who are willing to admit that we are designer series paper hoarders. I know there are more of you out there, and if you're watching this on the replay, this is your chance. Put it out into the world, and you know what? Let's just come to terms with who we are, our wonderful traits, and you know, some people might say that they're flaws. I don't think of it as a flaw. I'm going to just glue these together here with about 1.5 inch long piece of tear and tape, and I'm matching the large ones up with the tips, like right with the ends here. The smaller ones we're going to have to put closer together, but for the larger ones, this is what we're going to do here. You could use even the Tombow multi-adhesive. And the Tombow multi-adhesive has its pros and cons. For me, I don't like that you put it together and then there's this opportunity for it to kind of slip. It kind of slides around a little bit. So I really like the tear and tape because it's quite sturdy, and it's going to help to put this all together as we go. So now I'm going to take off the double-sided sticky tape backings for all 3 of them. And I'm going to put the 3 of these together. So they're going to go just like this, kind of keeping the same angle. Okay, so now we've got the outside of our beautiful bow. Now let's work on the inside. Now, last night, you know, some people were chuckling. They said they made some kind of wonky bows. Let's put this about 1 inch over, okay? Think about it, it has to be about this big to fit in there, right? And so what is that overhang? I would say it's about 1 inch. And so I'm going to put 1 inch long piece here, and because these are smaller, there's only going to be 2 sets, 2 pairs. Oh, I almost did the wrong thing. There we go. Put it closer together than you imagine, okay? And then now we can do the same thing here where we pop these off. And I can just stick that right inside there, gluing it down. Same thing with this one. And that's just going to be tucked right inside. That should have been on the bottom, actually. I have one that's slightly bigger than the other one, so I'm going to put that one underneath a little bit. And it just gets nested inside there. Now it's not going to line up totally perfectly. Oh, you know what, you guys? I got to put a little bit more because I'm overlapping it so much. I got to put a little bit more of the sticky tape in here. I got to put a sticky tape more in between the two layers, the pairs of layers here, because they're not sticking together as much. I made this one here probably about a month ago, same technique, and it stayed together really, really well. And I've had this on display. Lots of people have been touching it. So as long as you get the adhesive on there right to begin with, I think that you'll be golden. Okay, then this piece here is the smallest, and we're just going to make a little loop, which is going to go into the middle. So you don't want it too big, right? You want it nice and little. And you could put that on with a dimensional, glue dots. I'm going to keep going with my sticky strip here. Oop, did I say the wrong thing? Yeah, I did. What year is it, Kelly? It's not sticky strip anymore. It's tear and tape. Tear and tape is so much easier anyways. Oh my gosh. I love tear and tape because you don't need scissors. Look at how cute that is. Isn't it great? And so the only thing that you want to do to finish this off is to get it ready to stick onto a present. Just add a little bit more of that adhesive strip onto the back here. This will also help to keep all the layers together. I'm going to put 3 on this one. And now I can put this to the side and it's ready to go on any present that I make or that I wrap. There we go. So cute. Oh, this one here is having issues because, like I said, I didn't put on the adhesive in between. So I'm glad we're figuring this out together. It's better than, you know, figuring it out later, right? Oops, there we go. So cute. I just love these bows. So, as always, I like to take you through the catalogs to show you where these products come from. So this one is actually from page 39. When I checked yesterday, these are both still available, but the designer series paper, which is the one that I've shown here, is actually showing on low inventory. So you'll want to get this sooner than later. I don't know if there's a discount, but take a look in that last chance list and see if that bundle and save 10% is still available, or if there's a discount for the 𝙧𝙀𝙀 bow dies separate than the paper, or the paper separate than the dies. So those are the only 2 items that we used on this project. But isn't it cute? It feels so sturdy too. Like when you put enough adhesive on there, it's really awesome. Okay, the next one that we're going to be doing is another bonus card. I couldn't help myself this month. So it's going to look something like this with a paper envelope. So this one here is actually the same one from my kit class that I'm doing. So this is one of the kits that you can come and make. I love, love, love this paper pumpkin. You can use any saying that's kind of just long and a Christmas saying. And the kits, when you get them from Stampin' Up, actually include a full bottle of glitter glue. And the glitter glue is used to put onto, this is kind of overexposed or something. There we go, that's better. Can you see on here there's like a little outline of the glitter glue? That's where I put it on this card. But as a special gift, a year-end present to my amazing card club members, I've included a bottle of Snowfall Accents puff paint. Yay! So this is a really, really fun product. It is retired, and I promise you that it will still work because this is my original one from years ago when it was current. You just need to shake it a lot, so much. And when you think you've shook it enough, shake it some more, okay? So just shake, 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 and then in between making the cards, shake it as well. So these are the card designs here, and I'm going to give you some little tips to put those together. Ooh, this really cuts down on my crafting space. Yay! You're welcome, Michelle. I'm glad you love puff paint. So I made this the other night, and I had so much fun with the puff paint. Can you see it on those roofs there? All right, if you're a perfectionist, take a deep breath. It's not going to be perfect, okay? This is never going to be perfect. Snowfall puff paint has an element of chaos, but so does snow, right? If you live in Edmonton like me, you know it was super snowy today. It, I think, snowed all day today. And so, yeah, snow is chaos, and it is what it is. And oh my goodness, this is so bizarre. I have to apologize because I think there is one kit where these little tags didn't make it in. My daughter and I, my daughter's 5, she just loves stamping and crafting with me, but of course a lot of the crafting that I do is actually prep for card club and whatnot, or you know, crafting with 125 people at the West End. So when we are at my son's practices, his hockey practices, we often will sort out these card kits and things like that together. And I think we missed these tags. So if you're wondering, the size of it is 5/8 of an inch by 3 1/4. But you could put kind of whatever size tag you wanted on. I'm putting just dimensionals along the top of these. These are the panel pieces, which will go onto the card. And then I'm going to put the base of them on with Stamp and Seal. The reason for that is so that it doesn't add too much bulk to the bottom of your card. I made this one like that, and I don't like how much the dimensionals are really stacked up there. So if you wanted to do the same modification as me, I think it just will fit better in your envelope and doesn't add as much bulk. So Stamp and Seal an inline adhesive along the bottom, and then this will just go onto the card like that, and then this one will go on over top. Such a fun kit. And when you look in the stores, it's really trendy right now, like all these house decor items. Now I'm going to take my real red ink. That's the color that comes in the kit. So real red. And I'm going to use the stamp that came with it. I do have these kits available for purchase, I guess full kits as well. This one includes a really cute little house there too. Trees, snow, celebrate wonder and joy. Celebrate the wonder and joy of this festive season. And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So I've got Merry Christmas all ready to go here. There we go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Priscilla, I saw your second comment here. My introverted self is screaming, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Are you okay? I said, I wanted to say, like, it's okay, my dear. We're just virtual. Nobody can see you. And then I saw your previous comment. Yes, 125 people is a lot of people. And so they're going to be working their way around all these different stations. And I'm going to have one of the stations, probably with 3 tables set up. So, yeah, not everybody all at once, but hopefully most of 125 people over the 2.5 hours. It's going to be so much fun. But don't worry, Priscilla, you don't have to come. You can just stay in your little happy introverted bubble. You know, I don't think I'm an introvert. I thought for a while there I was an introverted extrovert, but no, I don't think so. I think I'm just full-blown extrovert. Because, yeah, when we had to stay home, that was a tricky time. I don't know if anyone else had a tricky time. But of course, I'm married to a very much introvert. And, you know, we were maybe like a month in to staying at home with like no end in sight, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't even feel like my days are different. Like, I don't feel like anything has changed. Meanwhile, I'm just like at my bonus room window looking out like, oh, somebody's outside. Oh, somebody's doing something. What's going on? And I'm just itching to talk to somebody, right? There's two different types of people and they marry each other, right? That's how it goes. I just cleaned off my nozzle here while I was talking, but I should give this a little shake because I haven't given it a shake in the last minute. Right? Shake, 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 shake. Yes, I know, Michelle, you're the same. You are also very much an extrovert. So, yes, we're lucky to be able to live our lives. Woo, this is really coming out. So this is going to be very liquidy if you guys are using the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. It's very liquidy when it comes out. I don't really squeeze it because you don't want too much coming out. And once it gets on the paper, you can kind of move it around a little bit. Now I did all 4 of those roofs last night in a row. I'm going to heat set these actually halfway through. So you do need a heat tool to activate this product. I have not tried it with a hair dryer. I suspect it wouldn't be hot enough. This heat tool gets up to like 300 degrees or something crazy. So even after you think you've put the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint, what is it called? Snowfall Accents Puff Paint on evenly, it's probably going to surprise you. Like I've got a bubble here that's like exploding like a volcano. But don't worry, don't fret. You can kind of push it down a little bit, calm it down. You can choose to heat set it less, and it will naturally deflate a little bit after you've finished setting it. So now that I've done those 2 houses, I'm going to go back here and do these other ones. Like I said, I'm not really squeezing. I'm kind of just gliding the nozzle over top of the roof. And with the glimmer paint, I just did the outline of the roof. You could do more, I guess. I just did the outline though. With the Snowfall Accents, I'm going hog wild. Can't stop me from applying it all over those roofs. Both look really fun, but when I saw that I had Snowfall Accents Puff Paint in my stash ready to give as a gift, I just knew this was the project that we had to do it with for our bonus. So anyone who received my card club this month will get this as a bonus project, as a thank you. And then anyone who picked up their, no, it was card club members, I think, got a second one as well. So thank you, card club members. You mean the world to me, and it makes it such a highlight of my month that we can connect together every month and have our little crafting time. Okay, here's my cute card. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's take this away. Ooh, yeah, that really shows it. Look at that. Isn't it fun? It's so, I don't know, it's so tactile. It's a little bit cooler now. I can touch it. But yeah, it stays puffy and it's pretty incredible. So yeah, glimmer, puffy. We're going to do glimmer when we're at the cafe crafting because I don't think we should be using heat tools at the restaurant. So you're welcome, Priscilla, for the extra card. It's a pleasure. So if you are interested in getting this kit, you can definitely get these refills from me. And I think I might have another full kit or maybe 2. So just reach out to me and I would be happy to give you those. They are $18 for a refill and $35 for, I think 17 or 18 for the refill and $35 for the full kit. Woo! Okay, cruising right along here. Let's do our next project. I have to lay these out here, ready to go. Okay. There. All right, the next project here actually features no designer series paper, which is kind of, you know, like a security blanket for me. I love working with designer series paper because it gives me a chance to work with a color scheme that has already been set for me. But you know what? I wanted to play with the new Color Coach. This is actually an expansion of a tool that they have printed in our catalog. So on our catalog page 132, we've got the color theory. Oh, and my friend Colleen sent me how to say this. Analogous, I think. Analogous. They have featured 4 different ways of putting colors together. So monochromatic, complementary, analogous, I think that's how the internet said it, and triadic. So let me show you, because this color wheel really breaks it down a lot more simply, and it allows us to maybe get inspired with color combinations that we wouldn't necessarily think of to begin with. So what should we start with? Why don't we start with monochromatic? If we're looking for monochromatic, we look into the monochromatic little window here. And that window is going to show us the colors that we can put together that are going to fit into a monochromatic color scheme. So this is kind of fun, right? There's also complementary. Complementary has 2 little windows, and so they're on opposite sides here. So maybe we wanted to do, like, what's the complementary color to Coastal Cabana? Maybe. We would look here, and it could be Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, Cajun Craze, or even Pumpkin Pie, right? And we can do the same thing here with our purples and yellows. Ooh, Blackberry Bliss and Lemon Lime Twist. That would be really fun, right? So this used to be available only for demonstrators, but now it's available for everyone. So if you're interested in this, just head to the online exclusive section of my store and you can get one of these. The color theory ideas are broken down on the back side as well, and the neutrals are listed here too that go with pretty much everything. So another thing that we can do is the analogous. So that gives us a range of colors within quite a spectrum. So you could go even from, you know, the green, blue, and green into the yellows and the yellow greens, and pick a few colors from there to go with. And then of course there's the triadic, and that gives us 3 of these little windows that we can look with. So maybe, you know, you have an excess of balmy blue and you're wondering what on earth is going to go with balmy blue. Well, I could do the triadic here, where it would say choose a red, which is going to be something like Poppy Parade, Real Red, or Cherry Cobbler, and a yellow, which they recommend Very Vanilla or Lemon Lolly, maybe even Daffodil Delight if you are so inspired. So something like this could really spark some creativity, and that's what I did coming up with this one. This card here. This card is so sparkly and pretty. We've got that flocked paper. We've got that paper here is the fuzzy paper, and I'm going to show you some techniques for stamping on it and even sponging on it. It's so fuzzy, so soft, comes 12 inches by 12 inches, and this is part of my 2-part free gift with a minimum $100 purchase this month. So if you are purchasing $100, you're going to get 2 12-inch by 12-inch sheets of that, as well as 24 of these amazing iridescent snowflakes. This is the one here that I've actually got cut in half, and I'll show you how to do that. But you can see this is quite monochromatic, but then I wanted to have one that had a little bit more of like an accent. So this is actually coming from a great glimmer pack. It's called 3-color glimmer paper, and it's Highland Heather, Petal Pink, and Pretty Peacock. I'm just going to show you it quickly here while I have it out. The 3 colors are so different and so fun. This petal pink though, it honestly reads to me a little bit more orange, and it has a really fun iridescent green sparkle to it. So don't think of it as like a true petal pink. It's kind of like a twist on petal pink. But those two colors I just thought worked so well together. So let's get crafting these. All right, we're going to start with our Lost Lagoon. I'd recommend this color of ink if you have it. That's going to be perfect matchy-matchy look. And we can take out some of our pieces here. Oh, I wanted to show you for this little tag that I've punched here out of the glimmer paper. This is a tag topper punch. So you cut a 2-inch wide strip, slip it in there, and then it's going to cut the top off here. If you wanted to take it up a notch, you can just lop off the corners here and kind of match the look of the top of the tag. I didn't do it on this one, and I did do it on this one here. So I don't know, what do you think? Do you like the look of it? Oh yeah, it's so sparkly, isn't it? So sparkly. So I've already done it on this one here, so I don't have the choice this time, but I wonder what you'll decide to do. I want to show you this flocked paper because we can do so much with it. Again, this is a retired product. You guys know that I give away some retired items that I love from my stash with a minimum $100 purchase. So that's why I've included it this month. You can do so much with it though. This card here might be invisible when I hold it flat, but when I hold it like this, you can see I've done a couple of little tests on it. So I've used the Snowfall Sky 3D embossing folder on half of it, and you can see it really has quite a detailed look to it when you get the shadow working with it. You can see it in person, you just can't see it on camera when it's flat. And then I've also stamped on it here, and up here in this corner, I used a blending brush to put on a little bit of ink. Now I caution you, this is a fuzzy paper, it's got a coating on it, it's not going to absorb the ink into the paper really quickly. There might be a little bit of ink transfer. So you want to go light with your ink selection. This is Lost Lagoon. Another one that would be great would be like Soft Sea Foam, or even Pool Party would coordinate perfectly with this. But if you're wanting to put ink onto that, just make sure that you have a tissue nearby so that you can buff off the excess and so that it doesn't end up on your hands or on your recipient's hands too. Okay, so what should I do? I think I'm going to do the same thing as I did last night, which is this really fun technique where I actually debossed the paper. So I pressed the snowflakes into the paper, and then I went over the top with my blending brush, putting some color on it. Then I even stamped it too. So I'm going to stamp first, then I'm going to put it through the embossing folder, and then I'm going to do the final step of applying a little bit of ink. So again, Lost Lagoon is what I'm using, and I'm using a stamp set that came out at the same time as that punch. It's called Sparkling Snowflakes. It's really pretty. Oh yeah, this glimmer paper is so nice too. I had that thought as well, Priscilla, right? Our old glimmer paper, if you punched it or if you were die cutting it, the bits of glimmer would come off and then you'd end up with it all over the place. This stuff is really impregnated into the paper, so you don't have to worry about it making a mess all over everything. And maybe making you have a really sparkly, fancy face. It was always like, okay, when am I going to cut this paper? In the morning or at the end of the day? Let's do it at the end of the day, because then it just ends up getting washed off, right? All of your glittery stuff everywhere. Oh, let me get this little piece of scrap paper in behind here. Okay, I have solid stamps and I also have some detailed stamps. So I'm starting with a solid stamp. I'm going to do a big one and a small one on each side here. And then I'm going to do a bigger detailed one here, smaller detailed one here. And now I'm going to take my tissue that I have handy and I'm just going to blot a little bit. Now I'm not too concerned about there being ink transfer because ink transfer outside the stamped image, because I'm going to be going over with a blending brush too. So it's going to add a little bit of blue, but just you might have a little bit of smudging that happens. I don't know if you can see that. I have a little bit that came off on there. Okay, I'm going to put this to the side. Going to get out my Big Boss with the embossing plate edition. Here we go. This is really cozy, isn't it? Okay. And when you're using the embossing folders, you'll just want to take a look and see. I want this one pressing into the fuzzy paper so that it will leave the snowflakes white, because it's going to press it down, and then my blending brush, when it blends over the top, won't get the color into the debossed pieces. If you guys don't have the new cut and emboss, and by new I mean like it's been what, 3 years, 4 years, it is such a treat to use. That'd be a really nice Christmas gift for yourself, or if you want to wish for that on your wish list, you will just absolutely love it. It doesn't have that big clunk that we had with the other machine. So I'm using my blending brush again with my Lost Lagoon ink, and I'm just going to come up from the bottom here, adding just a little bit of color. And I'm just going for a slight variance in tone, because I think that whoever gets this card is going to be so fascinated with this paper. You can't help but notice the different sort of feel that it has. There we go. So pretty. Lost Lagoon is quickly becoming one of my favorite colors. You guys know I've been a pool party fanatic for years and years. It was my wedding color, which was almost 11 years ago. And yeah, I'm staying strong with it ever since. I'm just going to do another press here, just to make sure I'm not making a big mess of my hands. Nothing really came off there, so I think I'm good. I'm still going to do some precautions, but I think I'll be all right. So putting this on with some Stamp and Seal. Tell me, what are you guys doing? Are you embossing this? Are you stamping on it? Are you just going to leave it white? Are you putting blending brushes on it? Oh, I want it the other way around. Here we go. I just remembered that I'm wearing a Santa hat. Can you take me seriously with it on? Okay, so instead of pressing this on by rubbing over top of the ink, I'm going to press it down and rub over the back side of it. So I'm still putting pressure on it. I'm still adhering my pieces together, but I'm not going to get ink all over my fingers, hopefully. This piece here, like I said, has already been punched for you. We're going to take our snowflake, and I've already done this as well. Cut it in half. Whoops, what am I doing? Here we go. Cut it in half. And then on the back side of this, we're going to put one kind of on the bottom, and I just have it kind of sneaking out the side. This is a great way to make the most of these beautiful snowflakes, and it also doesn't overwhelm your project as well. So I really like cutting these in half, because I just think it gives that nice touch, makes it feel like there's more than it is, and yeah, it doesn't overwhelm the design too much. Now the other day I put that glimmer paper onto the flocked white paper with dimensionals, and it wasn't quite holding the way that I wanted it to. So I would highly recommend using a stronger adhesive. Maybe even like a Tombow would work. the multi-adhesive glue. I'm using the tear and tape, and that seems to be holding up really well. Now I can stick that on. Now for my beautiful little circle tag, I'm just going to grab my Lost Lagoon ink again, matchy matchy. And I'm using a saying now from that Sparkling Snowflakes. I've got two that say, let the season sparkle. Should I do let it snow? That's a pretty one too, isn't it? Let it snow, let it snow. We're holding this a little bit early in December so that you guys can hopefully have some holiday celebrations over the next couple of weeks and have your cards ready to go for them too. On Saturday, Priscilla, this trigger warning. On Saturday, so Thursday, you guys know I'm stamping with 125 people at the West Inn Hotel. Friday, I'm stamping at the cafe. Saturday, I'm hosting 45 people, my family, at our house for Christmas dinner, for my mom's side of the family, Christmas dinner. So yes, I'm going to have my visiting fix, I think. I will be just perfectly in my element. So we've got a busy few days coming up here, but I am so excited to see everyone. And that's not my entire family. Believe it or not, there's 60 of us, but we're kind of spread all over the world. We've got many people in Australia as well, and some people on the west coast of Canada too. Oh, I did this last night and I did it again. You can choose to put on this ribbon a couple of different ways. This one here, I just tied it in a bow, stuck it on with a glue dot. This one here, I did like a little swooshy behind the tag. And how you accomplish that is by putting on strips. So imagine this is the back side, right? Put on strips of adhesive. Just the Stamp and Seal would be fine. And then end up gluing on like a zigzag that looks like that, okay? Now, I've already got my adhesive on there, and I've got a smaller saying on there too, so I want to put a bow on here to kind of make it bigger. But I hope that you play around with this awesome new cord. This is another online exclusive item. It's the Lost Lagoon color, and it's, what is it called? Fine cord or something like that. It's a part of the new suite. Lost Lagoon soft cording is what it's called. It's a part of the new otter suite, which if you haven't seen the otters, oh my gosh, you guys, you have to check them out. They're so cute. But I'm so surprised by this cording. Kathy, who works with me to help keep my life in order, and I were both just so astounded because we thought it was going to be slippery. We thought it was just going to be so stiff that you couldn't even tie it, first of all. And then even if you did tie it, we thought that it would just kind of fall apart. But it somehow just sort of grips on itself. And so it works as tying it in a bow. It works as doing this little zigzag look as well. And I just think it's really versatile. I'm quite impressed with it, actually. More impressed than I thought I was going to be. There we go. Mini glue dot. Stick this on. And then we can trim off the excess. That helps to take up some space on my little tag there, I think, right? Looks cute, doesn't it? Let it snow. Now the final finishing touch, of course, is to add on our embellishments. These embellishments are also from that otter suite. Make sure you save these cards. When the post comes back, you can mail with Canada Post in these envelopes. Just stick a mailing sticker on there and it will work fine. But definitely don't throw them out. They'll help to protect your cards in wherever you're storing them as well. But these little pearls are so pretty. They are in 3 colors in one pack. They're called the Riverside Irregular Pearls. And I'm going to open them up so that you can see them. So they come in the white, Lost Lagoon, and Smoky Slate. And you can see a little bit, it's too much light. There we go. You can see there the iridescence. They've got, you know, pink and light green all over them in different ways. And it's really quite beautiful. Love these. Online exclusives. Check them out. Stampin' Up! Is trying to train us to go and look. We should, because we don't want to miss out on some of the most beautiful products just because they're not printed in a catalog. Speaking of catalogs, let me take you through what we've got going on. So on page 53, the festive glimmer paper is something that I wanted to point out to you. This one comes in garden green, cherry cobbler, granny apple green. So if you like the glimmer paper look, we've got lots of glimmer papers to choose from. So this is the one that's in the mini catalog. Make sure you check that last chance list to see if it's leaving us. And on page 55 of the annual catalog, we've got a version with the new in colors. So that's a really like bright and springy look. Then if you are on my newsletter list, I send out these project supply lists. So if you're not, just reach out to me. I would love to send these to you as well. I just need your email, and then you can be added to the newsletter list, and you'll receive these for all the card club projects. So festive glimmer paper, the in color one that I've already mentioned, and then online exclusives, there's the 3-color glimmer, which is the one that we've actually used here. And then there's also Berry Burst, Old Olive, and White. Those are available online only. Another online only item are these Riverside Irregular Pearls, which I mentioned are already available from the Otter Suite, as well as the Lost Lagoon Soft Cording. You guys probably can't see this super well, but it's meant to be emailed. The Sparkling Snowflakes is actually from this catalog here, so I can show you that. On page 79, Sparkling Snowflake stamp set, and there's also the Tag Topper Punch, which we used for that beautiful glimmer paper. And on page 123 are the Stylish Shapes dies. Those are visible a little bit more online, but those are the ones that come in squares, circles, and the elongated tags. Those are really great staple. We've also used some blending brushes. Oh, there we go. Blending brushes. They come in a small size or a large size. Here's the difference. It just depends on your personal preference. I've got a selection of both of them, and I am neither here nor there about the size difference of them, but I guess it's nice to have smaller ones if you're doing a little bit more of a detailed project. You don't want it to be as big. On page 129, we've got so many of these embossing folders that would work really nicely. So the Snowflake Sky 3D is the one that I've used. And I thought though that even the So Swirly would look really pretty. Or Painted Trees. What are the other ones that I pulled out? So the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder was the one that I used. The Forever Plaid would be beautiful as well. Painted Trees embossing folder. And even the Distressed Tile 3D embossing folder I thought would look really good with this blocked paper. A little bit more here. I showed you about the color theory, but you can get that color coach. It's $17, and it's made with really high quality material, so it's going to last you a long time. And there you have it, folks. That's our first official card club project. Let's go on to the next one now. Set these up over here. Your next project is going to look something like this. And this started off with kind of being a Z fold, and then morphed into a fun little pocket with a gift card holder. So let me show you what the finished card looks like here. So this card doesn't open on the base, it opens just with a flap on the front here. And as this flap opens, we've got the ability to put a little gift card right in there and write our message here. So I thought, you know, this time of year is tricky. Some people need more Christmas cards, and some people, you know, are kind of done with Christmas and wanting to move on to the next thing. So this could be thinking of you, this could be happy birthday, whatever you want it to be. But we've got these cute little birds and the ability to put a little gift card or even your business card if you wanted to do it that way in there. Okay, I'll show you how I did this Z fold. This is where our little paper trimmer comes in handy, and it's just such a great tool. We're going to take this piece of paper, which already for you, everything is done, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to finish it off here for myself. It's 3 inches wide by 10 7/8 of an inch. So I only cut off 1/8 of an inch just to make it so it's divisible by 3, so these equal panels could be nicely nesting together. Then you're going to score at 3 5/8 and 7 1/4, or if you want to, you can just do 3 5/8 inch from both sides. Then what I did to make the pocket here is by lining it up with the 1 inch line here. I'm going to take my cutting blade, and it's got a line here ready to go, so I can tell exactly where it's coming down into the paper. And I'm just going to make a slit from my one score line to the other score line. So not all the way down. You can't do this with a guillotine or a rotary cutter. It has to be done with our special cutter that has this little marker on it, and we've got this little pocket here. So that's what I've done already on yours. Let's put that to the side, and we're going to start building this card up. Excuse me, I have like a little frog happening in my throat. You have to decide what paper you want. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to go, I think I'm going to do the birch. So before you glue this onto your cardstock base, just take a minute, because you might, oh my goodness, you might just want to feel these two different rectangles. Can you feel this larger one? It's thicker, it's more dense. This is our thick basic white cardstock. This is our regular basic white cardstock. So there is a difference in price and in the number of sheets that are included in a pack. But for some applications, like for this one where we want a little bit more of a rigid card base, I really like having the ability to get that thick cardstock. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is make our little Z fold. You're going to make it so that it folds like this with the 1 inch little pocket here at the bottom. Okay, so folding it like this. On the back side here, we are going to put on some tear and tape or really sticky adhesive. Now, let's just take a minute, because we want to think about this. We want the card to slide into the pocket, so we can't put adhesive right underneath it. We're going to seal off the bottom of this pocket. So for that 1 inch strip, we're going to put, I'm just going to put my adhesive on, and then I'm going to show it and explain it to you, okay? So put it on the top and the bottom, and then you're going to put it on the side, like the wider side here, just on the other side of the cutting hole here, so that it's going to make this little pocket. Does that make sense? Gosh, it's hard to use words to explain things that are so visual sometimes. You'll know if you do it the wrong way, that's for sure. And then you'll have an even more hidden gift card, I guess. So as we put this together, we're going to seal off the front and the middle panel, and then that back panel is what's going to be applied to the back of our card. So I'm just going to fold this back on itself. And if you need to revisit these instructions, if it's confusing, this is going to be available for replay as soon as this event finishes. And excuse me, it's going to be on YouTube starting tomorrow. So while we're at it, let's take our little strip of designer series paper and we can put that onto this little card pocket. Ta-da! And then now we've got that little pocket so we can put in a business card, or we can put in, I don't have a business card, or we can put in a gift card or something like that, right? We'll use our bone folder to burnish these score lines really nicely. And then now we're going to take that single ply panel, so not the front, but the single ply panel, and we're going to put that onto our black. I'm just going to use Stamp and Seal. If you figure you want it to be really on there, you can use your tear and tape. There we go. It's a very small little mat there. And then this is going to go onto our cardstock base. And I just did that centered. You just want to make sure that it's opening the right way. Because we've all done that once or twice, hey? Or many, many times. Have your card, finish it all up and realize, oh gosh, I made it open the wrong way. It's kind of funny. On the inside, I'm just going to put a blank piece because I like writing nice messages. I always write so much, so this one will probably not be enough for me. But I've always got the back side of the card too, I guess. And then on the front side here, I'm going to stamp a saying. You want to make sure that it's as low down to the left as possible. And I'm going to explain why. Okay, so your bird needs to go on the right-hand side. If it goes on the left-hand side, you can see, I'll just show you here, you can see that it's not going to be able to open. It's going to fold in half because that crease is there. So it needs to be, sorry, I'm saying on the left-hand side. It cannot be on the left-hand side. It has to be on the right-hand side. Right, this way. this one. Okay, so it needs to be central or right. It can hang over the right. It cannot hang over the left because then it won't open, right? So you need to stamp on the lower left. I think that's what I was saying with the left, right? Oy, oy, oy. Couple of great saying stamps. Of course, there's the Winterly Treetops, which is the coordinating stamp set for this suite. We've got Sending Thanks and So Much Love, Thinking of You Always, A Friend Like You Brings Me Happiness. Some other really great saying sets are Something Fancy, and this has like a really nice small happy birthday, which I'm going to use, I think, for this card here. And Unbounded Love has this bigger happy birthday that I use there, as well as some great sayings that you can mix and match. But I really like this small happy birthday. I think that's going to be perfect for us. Oh, and look at this. I get to mount it up. I always like to use a bit of rubber stamping in a video because I like to show how to mount up your stamps. There's instructions on the inside, but who looks at instructions anyways, right? Do you? No, you always give it a try yourself first, right? Because you know best. There's a different way actually from the instructions that I actually like to put together stamps, especially stamps like this, which are long and thin. And if you put them together like this, sometimes you get a bit of curling in the rubber and you won't get a clear stamped image in the future. So what I'm going to do is peel off this as well as its backing, and I'm going to stick this label onto the block. Then I'm going to peel up the label backing. So I'm left with just this clear label mounted to the block. Okay. So again, this is different than what's inside the stamp case, but this I actually find to be a little bit more of a foolproof method. I'm not calling you a fool. I need the foolproof method too, and I've been doing this for many years, almost 20 years as a stamper, almost 18 years as a demonstrator. Now you're going to want to look at this and make sure happy birthday is the right way. And then you're going to take your block with your label and just glide it onto it like that. Then it's ready to go. When you're finished with it, you're just going to peel it off your stamp, and now it's going to be nice and straight. If you use their method, sometimes I've found that the label will put tension on the rubber and either warp it this way or this way, and then you don't end up getting a nice stamped, clear stamped image. So this is a little hack that you can use to mount up any of your cling stamp sets. We do have other clear ones which are called photopolymer, and if you're wondering, you can just look online, or I think even in the catalog it says which ones are clear and which ones are the photopolymer, clear and cling. I'm using Memento ink for this one. Nice, black, simple, goes with everything, and we've already got that hit of the black border on there too. So one thing I'm going to do though, which I like to do whenever I'm stamping with a new saying, is get a piece of grid paper. You can get these from Stampin' Up too. They're so handy. And I like to make sure that I know that this is going to stamp straight. Yep, it will. So now that I've got that sample done, I can put that scrap piece of paper away, and I'm just going to go ahead and put on that happy birthday. Oh, it's so cute. I love the proportion of this one. It's just perfectly spaced out, and the letters are adorable. I don't know why I like that so much. I'm using up my dimensional sheets too. I'll show you guys this as well. I just trim up the edges. That gives me a bunch of weird shapes, which sometimes work even better than the hexagon shapes. But it means that you basically get 1,000,000 in a pack now, right? Comes with 300 in a pack. You cut them up and you get 1,000,000. And you get some nice small ones here that work perfectly for the weird shapes on these little birds. These are coming from the designer series paper, so you might have to do a little bit of trimming to get your bird cut out here. This one I've already got pre-trimmed for myself, and so yeah, if you're doing some fussy cutting, this is another great wish list idea for Christmas. Is a nice pair of scissors. Stampin' Up makes incredible scissors. They last so well. I use them in classes and have for many, many years, and I still have most of my originals, and they don't really even need sharpening. So sometimes you have to get the little gummy bits off of them if you've used it with adhesive or something like that. I'll glue this on the front. Oh, I just love how simple and gorgeous that is. And then to finish it off, I've got one here. Where's my other ones? Oh, here they are. In my envelope. There we go. And take your pick tool is another item that is just such a great wish list item. So if you are wishing for things for Christmas still, have your loved ones reach out to me, and then you can receive something that you really want for Christmas. Some crafting tools which are going to make your life so much easier. Isn't that fun? So this one here, I actually have a gift card inside there. And this one's got the fun green pattern on there. Cute, right? This paper is just so much fun. And if you like this suite, if you like the look of this, you'll want to join me for my cafe crafting either on Friday or Sunday, where we're making the Nests of Christmas as one of our card kits. That's an option. And this has that same suite there. So it's slightly different birds here for this one, but it's ready to go with them already die cut out and ready to be popped out just like that. So nice. Look at the envelopes too. They're so pretty. I hope you can join me, even just, you know, for an afternoon out, a little treat for yourself. All right, from the catalogs, we've got the Ness of Winter Suite, where I've used the Winterly Treetop stamp set for some of my sayings, and this Ness of Winter Designer Series paper. I have hardly any of it left in my pack, but I have maybe one of my favorites still left here. I've used up so much of this paper. This is not my first pack this year. We've had a lot of fun with this. But look at how great this is. You can cut these into card fronts. Just add a little saying on there, and that's all you need. And of course, they're double-sided, so you've got a pattern on the back for all of those. And this is all I have left. Look at that. It's hardly anything. 2 sheets of paper and some little cut birds. I must get another one, don't you think? Just in case. That's how I roll. I know what I like, though. And that's the problem. As I also know a person. I know a girl. She can hook me up with some stamping stuff. It's me. So for the embellishments for this one, I actually used the Basic Gray and Smoky Slate Pearls. These ones are from the annual catalog, so number 14 there, and you get 160 in a pack. This one's I really cut up as well. Anything else on that one? Oh, I wanted to showcase also the paper trimmer, of course, because that one is really unique. So you can actually cut, it doesn't have to be from the edge of the paper to the other edge of the paper. You can cut just a little bit in the middle of the paper too. So it gives us the ability to do fun little pockets and fun folds like what we did on this card here. You guys ready for the last one? I did 2 fun folds this month because I couldn't help myself. This one here is a card that's actually inspired by my friend Lauren Urbanis, which I have here somewhere. I'll show you the one that we're making, and then I'll show you her version of this card that she made for a demonstrator event that we co-hosted. So this card here explodes out. It's like an exploding rectangle card, exploding panel card. But I just love how it showcases this beautiful green and gold paper. Is that what it's called? Season of Green and Gold paper. And we've even got this vellum here, which has been cut out. And so we can put that on. You might have like a fir sprig. You might have this greenery sprig. And I'm just going to take it up a notch with some gold heat embossing because I can't get enough of gold heat embossing. So the card that she made for our demonstrator event was featuring a different suite. It was featuring the, that is the ornament kit, but I can't remember. Something like hang in there or something, hang something. And then this is the card that she prepped for our demonstrator teams to make. So being a demonstrator is so much fun. I love being able to treat my demonstrator downline and my team and other demonstrators too that sign up for these events. We've held this one the 2nd year in a row now in September and October kind of time, and it's a lot of fun. Full day of crafting. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fold this because it's maybe tricky to think about, but I think once you see it kind of broken down, you'll understand what's happening. Okay, so this card here looks like this. So we've got this little zigzag happening, and then on top of the zigzag, we are going to have these cardstock rectangles, which are going to be placed, which have designer series paper then put on top of them. Does that make sense? Let's start off with doing it so it's scored to look like this. So it's going to open up like that, scored with little ziggy zaggies, just like that. So I'll put this up at the top, and hopefully that will help you out. Now you can decide how much green and gold that you want. So you've got 4 rectangles, and they're going to go together just like this. You can put your little pieces to the puzzle together. And if you notice something like this, it means it's flipped the wrong way, because this one actually looks like a square, but it is still a rectangle. It's just 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, so we'll put it together like this, and now you need to figure out how much of this green pattern and how much of the gold pattern do you want. Ooh, what are you gonna do? I kind of like this pattern here, so I might do that, and then I might do it like this. What do you think? Do you like that? Okay, so again, you have to get the adhesive on here, and then you have to take a look if it's going to be equal on all sides, because it is still a rectangle, okay? So if you start putting it together and it's looking weird, try it the other way, right? Because it might just be, this one looks kind of the same both ways, I don't know. Maybe it was the edge of the paper. That's weird, isn't it? Is it this way? Is it that way? I think it looks better that way. All right, and then this one here, we've got going on the longer rectangle piece. And then some on the rectangle piece as well. And then now we can start adhering them to this ziggy-zaggy piece. We're going to do that again with the adhesive of choice tonight, it seems like, our tear and tape. So 2 strips of tear and tape down both sides here. I'm going to put a little bit more on that end. I cut that a little bit short. Here we go. And this side too. There we go. And I'm going to peel these off just like this. I hope you guys are doing all right with your crafting. You guys have fallen quiet a little bit. That's all right. We're busy getting it done, right? Now, I've made a real mess of my explosion here. What do I like to do? Like this. Here we go. So now I'm going to maybe start with the larger rectangles, just because that will give us a surefire way of making sure that the other ones will fit perfectly. And you're just going to line it up with the edge here and line it up with the top there. Same thing with this one. Lining it up with the edge of this zigzag fold and lining it up with the rest of the card. And here, I'm going to make sure that that lines up perfectly. Side too. So now we've got this piece that fits together like a little puzzle and then opens up to reveal our beautiful insert. You can stamp on this, of course, as well. It's going to go just on the inside here. You can do some stamping if you want, or if you're like me, you probably want to write a big long message. We'll take a look here at this tag. Either tag that you have, whether it's this more elongated shape or if it's got the one with the rounding, they're going to have a hole in it, and that's because this is actually from a tag die pack. This tag die pack comes with so many different shapes, and it already has the little holes cut in them. But of course we don't need the holes for this. So what we're going to do is put the hole on the right hand side, and we're going to cover it up with our sprig of whatever. Okay, so even though it's vellum, it will most likely cover it up, or if it doesn't, then we can put a little mini dimensional on there too. It's totally fine. Okay, first thing I'm going to do though is some stamping. And I mentioned I'm going to do some heat embossing because I love heat embossing, especially with the gold already on there. And I'm using Greetings of the Season. And I'm using the seasoned greetings on there because it's just really beautiful. This one has a lot that are standalone or that you can mix and match. So you could put Merry Christmas in both cursive, or you could put all caps Merry and then cursive Christmas, and vice versa for Happy Holidays and Happy New Year. They've even got to and from for tags. So this is a really great set. And this is the one that comes bundle and save 10% with these dies with all the tags. So this is a really great one. It's an online exclusive as well. Also from our online exclusives, you might like to use the iconic imagery. This stamp set has lots of imagery that's very iconic and then also some great mix and match sayings too. So like I said, I'm going to use my Versamark with my season greeting. I'm putting it far to the left because I'm going to put that sprig over top of the right. So this is a clear, super sticky clear ink that you can use for a tone-on-tone application. Doesn't show so well on this light cardstock, but it's really great for heat embossing actually. There we go. So I'm using this embossing powder. It's from our metallics collection. And I'm just going to take a brush and just tidy up any of the extra. You can use a product called the Embossing Buddy, which puts a fine film of powder onto your cardstock so that it kind of repels the sticky fingers or static electricity. This one here, I hope you can see it as it changes. This is such a magical technique. It's my favorite stamping technique. We're using the heat tool, which heats up to 300 degrees, and it really, well, we used it already for the puff paint, right? This is another application. So just knowing that that little hole is going to peek through, I'm going to cover that up with the dimensional, which is going to hold on part of this. I'm going to put probably 2 more dimensionals on here too. There we go. I forget how I was putting this. Here we go. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back side of this as well. But before you go dimensional crazy on the back of your tag, just make sure you line it up and make sure that it's not going to be gluing your card shut. You don't want dimensionals over here. We're only going to put dimensionals on this side, and it's even trickier than normal because we've got this zigzag. So my little hint for you is put dimensionals onto your cardstock base here and here, and then you can kind of look here, and I'm going to put 2 here, so top and bottom. You'll figure it out the hard way. Guess what? I glued my card shut just the other day after trying to not have this happen. Ooh, I'm glad I caught myself just in the nick of time before I put this on here, because I wanted to wrap this ribbon and do a little zigzag. So putting on a little bit of Stampin' Seal. I just did my classic zigzag. This is it might be my signature now. It can look like a bow, but it's not a bow because it's easier than that, right? It's got all the components of a bow except for the knot. And if you really want to make sure that it's stuck on there, you can put some sticky strip, and you don't even have to take off the sticky strip backing. I am having an issue though with the location of this dimensional. So I'm going to peel that off and put one on over top. This one I think is okay because it's still got half of it poking out there. But the other one I covered up nicely because I forgot what I was doing for a second there. So pretty. Oh, I just love this elegant card. And then the final finishing touch I do right as soon as I got it all assembled is trim off those extra pieces here. Just like that. Ta-da! So, this could be beautiful just like this, but I have, of course, included some embellishments for you too. These ones are from a really fun pack that I don't have in my drawer. But in this pack, they are called Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive, and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries. And they come in this pack where you get them clustered in packs of 3 or individual ones. So this is them clustered in a 3. There's 3 of them. And then they also come in individual strips too, which I have a clear one somewhere here. There we go. This is them in individual ones. And so I've just cut out 3 for some people, and some people are going to get a cluster of 3. So the cluster of 3 and the individuals are for both the clear and the cherry cobbler color. And of course you can make the individuals into a cluster of 3 as well if you want. So that's what I've just done here. Ta-da! Get that cute card. I should mention the lines here. So this piece here, this cardstock backing, is 9.5 by 4 1/4. So standard 4 1/4 size, but it's only cut to 9.5. Then you're going to score 1 inch and 2 inch in from both sides, which ends up being 1 inch, 2 inch, 7.5 inches, and 8.5 inches. And then that will give you this really fun fold. Love it. Right, where do we get these products from? Well, most of them actually are online exclusives. This time of year is tricky for me because of course the retired list has come out, and so we've got the last chance products section of the website, which has been updated. And that's where you're going to want to check for items that are retiring. But sometimes I don't want to show things that are going to be selling out. And so I featured a lot of online exclusives and items from the annual catalog this time around. So we've got the Season of Green and Gold, which is a 12 by 12 inch Specialty Designer Series paper pack. That's where this cardstock came from. That's the gold embossing on one side and the green on the other side. The Graceful Greenery Vellum, I'm going to show you a little bit more closely. This comes with 3 different patterns, and it's vellum, so you can actually kind of see through it a little bit. We've got this one here, and the great thing is there is a die pack that actually has coordinating shapes to go with the Designer Series paper. So that's what Kathy did when she was cutting these out. She just cut them right out of the vellum. So it kind of solves a problem, because for me, one of my things, I have a few things going on, but I don't like things crooked. I struggle with that. And I also don't really like mixing white and vanilla, and this paper has white and vanilla. The background of this Designer Series paper here, which has these awesome shapes that can also be cut out from the dies, has a white background, and I thought that the white border would be too jarring. So that's why we switched gears, and we thought, oh, the vellum has something that we can cut out that is also going to just look so beautiful on this project. So if you get the Designer Series paper and the vellum, you're going to have so many things that you can play with, and getting the dies to go along with it will just give you even more flexibility. But look at this Designer Series paper. Isn't it crazy gorgeous? It's got gold embellishment on one side of each of the sheets. There's 12 sheets total, 2 each of 6 designs. So lots and lots and lots to play with. So we also have the Greetings of the Season bundle, which I showed you already. That's the saying set that I really like. And the bundle comes with those tags, bundle and save for 10% off. There's also the golden greenery bundle. So that includes no sayings, just imagery in the stamp set. And the die pack is massive. Let's see if I can get it out here. So you get all of these awesome pieces. These are standalone, and then these ones here will actually cut out designer series paper or these stamped images here too. We've got lots of two-step stamping so that you can really add the texture and detail to your sprigs or your bells, and you can cut out the sprigs and bells with the dies, or you can use these sprigs that don't have coordinating stamps. So of course we've also got those cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries, which are really cute embellishments. The heat tool and Versamark and metallic embossing powders we've used. And then also this cherry cobbler and gold satin ribbon. That's from our mini catalog here. It's from one of the most gorgeous suites, the Season of Elegance, which I just keep going back to, wanting more and more and more. It's the cherry cobbler and gold 1/4 inch satin ribbon. And it's so soft, so pretty. So now I have a question for you. It's my most important question of the night. And my screen is probably so small here that I probably can't even get all my cards pictured here. But I want to know, which one's your favorite? Okay, so do you like the exploding rectangle card? Do you like the little gift card holder? Are you really in love with this flocked paper? Are you inspired by the chaos that is puff paint? Or are you digging this bow? What do you think? Which ones do you like the best? I love hearing from you. So even if you're watching the replay, please comment and let me know which projects are really getting your creative juices going. I am so grateful that you were able to join me here. So let me just switch you back here. Hello. Thank you for sticking with me for another wonderful year of crafting. We've had so much fun with our monthly online card club, and this is not the end. It's just the beginning of the next round of card club as well. So if you want to be a part of it, please just let me know. Reach out. I can send these projects anywhere in Canada, and then you'll get the monthly online card club class to go along with it. So these video instructions are going to be available online forever, and you can make the projects along with me. Have the samples ready to go so that you can template them and make them over and over again, or just give them out to your loved ones and share the joy of crafting with others. So if you want to be a part of the next round of card club, you just let me know. I will also have a survey going out to all of my club members and on my newsletter list. So if you want to be a part of the newsletter, just reach out, send me a private message on YouTube, on Facebook, and we can get your details and get you hooked up with all the information that you need. Now remember, if you're watching this live or on the replay today or tomorrow, you'll just want to take advantage of that free shipping promotion. That's until Wednesday. I was going to say May. It's not May. It's December. Wednesday, December 11th at midnight. So just make sure you take advantage of that special deal. It's so awesome. Okay, some of the favorites cards are coming in here. Oh, Sarah, it's so good to see you. Your favorite is the Nest of Winter gift card. Yeah, those little birds are just so cute. Michelle's loving on the sparkle and the bows. And Priscilla, did you comment too here? Let me see. Oh, I didn't see Priscilla's. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's just been a joy to be here with you. So thanks again, and I hope to stamp with you again real soon.